A very good morning to all parents. Welcome to our first Meet Parents session 2021. As you are aware, we are unable to have you on site to have this session in the school. I've therefore done a pre-recording so that this can be shared with all of you at the respective Zoom session hosted by your child's form teachers. We hope that this will nonetheless be as informative and also insightful for you as you spend this morning with us.
Let me commence my video sharing now. To begin, it is my pleasure to introduce our Vice Principals, Mrs. Tay and Ms. Ong. Many of you would be familiar with them, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank both of them for working with our staff to put this session together. In addition to contacting your child's teachers, parents are welcome to email my VPs or me on school matters at our school email address ynps@moe.edu.sg. Alternatively, you can reach us at the school general office line. On class matters, however, you are to approach your child's form teachers as first points of contact, and we seek your kind understanding on this. In this short presentation, the following key areas will be covered. First, we will highlight to parents the overall focus of our education system. Second, we will share with you Yuneng's unique brand of schooling experience in the new era by harnessing our passion, creativity, and care. Lastly, we shall end with key reminders on how we can leverage our partnership efforts for impact to prepare our young for an ever-changing world, often described as volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. MOE has recently outlined 3 key focus areas of our education system, namely, Learn for Life. We want to educate our students holistically, to develop in them 21st century competencies, values, and intrinsic motivation to learn relevant skills for the future. B. Embrace all learners. We honor our students' individual traits. We embrace a harmonious community of diverse learners as a strength and as an outcome. And C. Enhance student well-being. We care for our students' mental, physical, and social well-being in order to develop strong character, minds, and bodies. To better appreciate the rationale for these focus areas as identified by MOE, it is useful to consider this question collectively. What do our children need to thrive in the future? There's now a strong consensus among educationists, policymakers, and industry leaders that our young need strong foundation in literacy, numeracy, as well as social-emotional learning so that they can learn for life and be equipped with 21st century competencies and be future ready. At the same time, regardless of their learning profiles, we need to embrace all students and inculcate in them sound values such as resilience, integrity, and care. In addition, we want our young to be well-adjusted and have the strength of mind, strength of heart, and strength of will for holistic well-being. In a nutshell, our children need to find their passion and with creativity and care to learn, relearn, and unlearn throughout life. We can indeed no longer view our children as buckets to be filled, but instead, they are flames to be kindled. The aims of our education system, therefore, are twofold. Primarily, our system seeks to nurture well-rounded individuals in every domain of learning, equipping them with knowledge, skills, values, and competencies for life. Alongside this aim, the focus of our education also seeks to provide opportunities for children to discover and develop their unique strengths and interests. This is done by having a diversified school landscape with multiple pathways at various stages of learning. I shall further elaborate on this in subsequent slides. you would have heard recent announcements that we have entered a new phase of our education system, Learn for Life. As mentioned in my earlier segment of my briefing, it signals the importance of lifelong learning, so each child needs to know his or her own strengths and be intrinsically motivated to learn. As a system, we will ensure every child has a good start in life, starting in primary school, and can access opportunities at every stage of their lives. To this end, we focus on nurturing the joy of learning in school. We have removed weighted assessments at the lower primary. Parents at these levels will hear more about it at your level briefings. From this year, there's also a new PSLE scoring system, and our upper primary parents will be provided details on this. More broadly, we now emphasize applied learning so students can make connections and see relevance of what they are learning in the real world. We have also broadened our definitions of success beyond marks and grades, as in our direct school admission system, so that we do not only look at PSLE performance. At the same time, we continually refresh our curriculum to be future ready. This includes promoting digital literacy and adopting blended learning to provide opportunities for home-based learning and classroom instructions. We are also enhancing character and citizenship education and global awareness for our students to remain locally rooted while appreciating the regional offerings beyond Singapore and to make friends cross-culturally. Here is a table outlining the difference between the old PSLE and the new PSLE scoring system that will be put in place from this year. All students are familiar with this and will continue to provide timely information for you. We now come to the next segment of my presentation. Yes, welcome once again to the Yuneng vibrant and connected big family. Our big Yuneng hello goes out, especially to our new parents. Many of you, we had the opportunity to meet up briefly on the 4th of January when you came to school with your P1 child. Before we know it, we have journeyed together for the first 3 weeks, and we trust that your children have settled into the new school year routine. At the start of the year, we shared with all students 3 key messages as way of pointing all towards the direction of Learn for Life. We ask our students to make new friends, be caring and have a strength of heart. We want them to discover new learning, to innovate and tap on their creativity to develop the strength of mind. Last but not least, we shared with all the importance to have a strength of will, the passion and perseverance to pursue their goals by forming new and effective habits to shape positive character. These messages resonate well with our school motto, Light Up and Shine, 向上向善, to do good and do well. In our quest to embrace all learners, we revisited the school mission by rediscovering Yuneng's passion, creativity and care, starting with us as a Yuneng staff and thereafter with all our students, to stand on its good stead as we rediscover our unique strengths and talents. If you recall, we have articulated earlier a portrait of the future-ready Yuneng student, encapsulating key attributes of a passionate learner, creative thinker, and caring leaders. To this end, our inspiration is for all to develop holistically, with student well-being at the center of all we do, to lead, learn, and aspire, to get our kids to think big, and always embracing our school values of GRQIT, namely graciousness, respect, responsibility, resilience, integrity, and teamwork. We hope parents can regularly reinforce these values and key attributes so we together can imbibe them in our students. In terms of enacting our curriculum and school programs, we consider what do our children need to thrive in the future, the earlier question we asked ourselves. Hence, the learning dispositions we have identified, namely readiness, resourcefulness, relatedness, and reflectiveness to develop students for life. You can therefore appreciate that in class allocation, we want to keep classes intact from P1 to P2 for greater bonding and instilling a sense of belonging. Similarly for P3 to P4 and for P5 to P6. In catering to differentiated learning instruction and progress, we adopt mixed progress class groupings so that children can learn together and with one another. while teachers identify groups for further stretching or support, both within and after school lessons. I've come to the final segment of my briefing, and the next few slides serve to provide reminders on how we can partner with you for impact. With the reduction of overemphasis on academic grade, we look towards all parents to partner us in this shift, starting with knowing our child well. Each child is different and unique, and there's no basis to compare one with another. Let us value them for who they are, how they learned, and the rate of progress by working closely with our teachers. I'd like to, at this point in time, commend our very strong PSG Parent Support Group, headed by Miss Amanda and her deputies. And we had the opportunity to meet up with them earlier, and we look towards them to continually be that bridge between parents and school. It is important for all students to attend school, report for lessons punctually, and as one of our learning dispositions, be ready for learning at all times. Therefore, it is important that any absence needs to be covered by a medical certificate if the child is unwell or a letter by parents. We also urge parents not to unnecessarily take your child away from school on school days, as curriculum time is precious and, dare I say, sacred. Our partnership depends on the trust we build one with another, and communication is key. While teachers are not obliged to share personal phone numbers with parents, they adopt various means to keep communication open and for themselves to be accessible. I ask that you also give our teachers sufficient time and space, as they may not be always at their desks, but we promise that they will respond to your query if need be within reasonable time frame. In closing, as the 9th principal of Yunnan Primary, I sincerely look forward to working closely with all parents to continue our journey together in a new decade, a new era. Yunnan celebrated her 85th anniversary last year, and we hope by 2025, as we look ahead to our 90th anniversary, we will have much to rejoice in our endeavors ahead. 向上向善，知行合一. Thank you for your close involvement, and wishing you joy and fulfillment always.
So I hope that through this very short sharing, that you have gained a better understanding of the changing landscape in education, and also Yunan's priority focus and key directions for the coming year. We trust that we can continue to look forward to your strong support and involvement, even as we partner together to nurture your child's development holistically. We shall now move on to the other levels sharing, as well as your form teacher session shortly. Thank you and have a good day ahead.